Great morning to you, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on when you are watching this recording. My name is Adrienne Dawkins Smith, and you are here for the Flexzone Live Digital Magazine Contributor Chats. I tell you, each and every day that we do this, I feel like we're getting the system down. We're getting better and better and better at it, and I'm so glad to have today's guest with us, the one and only Stephanie McSwine, but she is known to others as Muscle Mom. Her organization, Muscle Mom LLC, is, well, you know what? I'm not going to dive into that. I'm not going to dive into too much. What I'm going to do is this. I'm going to turn it over to Stephanie in a moment and ask her her question. But first, I have to thank Stephanie. Stephanie, thank you. Thank you not only for being here, but thank you to saying yes to a random woman sending you a random message telling you how much you are inspiring her and motivating her. I know you get messages like that all the time, but I just really had to tell you that we have been friends on social media for quite some time, but never really communicated more than an occasional like on a post or love on a post. But I see you and wow, wow. I know your article is about defying things and defying the odds and resilience at any age, but forget about it, any age. I mean, whether you are in your 60s, your 50s, your 40s, your 30s, your 20s, you are doing the dag on thing as a person, period. And I am just like in awe. I'm in awe. So I'm going to jump into our first question, which is, as the founder of Muscle Mom LLC and someone now pursuing your doctorate, what message do you hope to give women and men? Because there are men who follow you as well. So, women and men about breaking barriers at any age.
Wow, that's a huge question. But first of all, thank you. It is an honor, as always, for people to reach out to me and just be in awe at my whole platform, my whole journey. And I'm truly grateful. I'm truly humble. It's a humbling experience for people to see you, you know, and not that you necessarily want to be seen. It's just when God placed you in a place, you have to follow suit. So in that question, there's no right or wrong question to that. Uh, God created Earth. He created everything around us, and He had a purpose. And in His purpose is, look out the window. You look the back of you. You see all that He has created, and He was the author of that. He was the master author in writing out this script. So when He created man, including ourselves, he I think he individually gave us all a purpose. But in that purpose, we have to at one point tap into that purpose. Sometimes it takes us, in our young years, youthfulness, teenage years, no, never but mostly our earlier young adult years. But for some of us, it takes us longer to tap into that. And for me, that journey took in my mostly in my 40s before I actually tapped into my purpose. And my script was rewritten. And I realized during that journey that I'm like you now. Now my eyes are watery. But you know what? I get so emotional when I'm talking about my journey because it's just been amazing to see it unfold. And it's like onions. It's just continually, the onions just keep raveling, unpeeling. And I get emotional because if you know my journey before, if you knew the Stephanie before, you'll understand why it's so emotional before me. So for anyone who's trying to figure it out, for me, I believe that God has given us a script. And in the beginning, we follow that script. And sometimes we kind of get off and turn a detour. But in that, when you start redefining your life, you realize you are the chapter, you are the author of your own personal chapters. And you have the ability to keep rewriting that script. Uh, just like a book. You know, each chapter unfolds. Your life is a chapter. And in that, we purposely have a right to redefine it and re just elevate ourselves. And for me, elevation is a part of growing, is a part of aging. And if we really understand what aging is much more than just a number. It's how we all should feel like how do I want people to view me when I leave this earth? You know, actors, yeah, we know they did movies and all, but we're just as important as they are. We're actually
That's
more important because they're getting paid for to be something they not really are. But on
true.
our part, we are in charge of our life and we can rewrite that script as much as we want. And even if it's not the way we want it to be, we still can re change that. And for me, elevation is a part of aging. And I think the older generation, like maybe the ones that are in their 80s and 70s and 80s, they didn't understand and I don't think they lived life to the fullest. Because at one
Mhm.
point, they just started existing. They did their 30 years of working and just retired and just that was it. But now we're not doing that. We're we're just we're redefining ourselves. We're changing, we're evolving, we're growing, we're elevating. We're like trees now. We're
Yes,
continually
yes,
leaves fall during this fall, and guess what?
yes,
Spring sprout back out. So that's
yes.
how I view
Mhm.
myself as a tree.
Mhm.
I'm continually going to evolve. I'm going to continually grow. And for anyone who's trying to figure things out at a later age, actually this is the best time in our lives because we seen what didn't work, the years behind us.
Mhm. Mhm.
Now we don't know how long we're going to be on this earth, but we can make the best of it and we can redefine it, rewrite it, throw out a chapter, add a chapter. And that's how I view aging. And I never even would imagine where I am in life at this point, especially in a doctoral program. Never would imagine me doing that. um, and I think we often don't value ourselves as much as we should. And in my case,
Mm.
I didn't value myself. I didn't even think the title even suited me. Um, I had a dear friend that actually pushed me into this program because I wasn't going to do it. I was going to go down another path and another degree, but she continually and I tell her all the time she was a vessel that God put on her to get me on this path because I'm supposed to be on this path.
Mhm.
Because as you
Mhm.
said, it's so many people have reached out to me and said, you have inspired me to go back to school, to get my we talking about undergraduate degree. I'm talking about women in their 50s and trying to go redo something they didn't finish. Because I think when we're a certain age, we think that okay, it's too late. It's not too late. I've raised all my children. I sacrificed my life, my career to input into them, give them all of me. And so now it's my time. And I feel like when I gave of myself all those years, I think God is blessing me even more because I
Mhm.
sacrificed so
Mhm.
much. And I'm
Yes,
not putting anybody
yes.
down who did the working career in the family, but I was blessed to be fully mother. Just that was my job. And I delved
Mhm.
into it. I gave 100% of it. And my children have benefit from that. All three of them. My last child is about to be a graduate. And that's rare that you have, a single mom at that. Um, all her children are graduates. And
That's
and
right.
as of now, I have the highest degree in my family. And that's just such a
Mm.
beautiful feeling. And they tell me
Yes,
like,
most
when I be having,
definitely.
and they tell me I'm like when I be having an issue and I be panicking on a project, I'm like, and I have like meltdowns at least 3 or 4 times a month. And they always remind me, but mom, you got the highest degree in the family.
Mm.
And and I'm like, I do, I do. And I do because I have a master's. They all have undergraduate degrees. And and they remind me, that, because sometimes age does creep in. And it does tell
Mhm.
you you can't do something or you can't think this through. But I have to literally, and I kid you not, when I see an assignment and I look at it, I'm like, oh my gosh, what is this? And I have to say a prayer. Please, God, please help me understand this.
Yes. Yes.
Give me some type of guidance and understanding of what
Mhm.
is she asking from me?
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
Because some of the stuff be like, whoo, but it's so challenging and it's keeping me on my toes and it's keeping me, being able to be able to keep up with my children, I have millenniums, and they're different. And it's just I encourage anybody at this age to anything you want to pursue, go for it. If you have a strong support system, they're going to support you. I have a huge village. My girlfriends, they pour into me. And even when I have moments where I second guess myself, they pour into me and tell me, "Oh, you're doing it." I'm like, but you did.
Yeah.
And
Now you can do it. You're
they like, but
doing
you
it. That's
doing
right.
it. I'm like,
You're doing it.
because I have
Yes.
moments where I be like, I can't do this. Literally,
Mhm.
I literally, as much, it don't even matter. It's like I just told you, I got a good grade. It does that goes out the window. I forget. I'm like, the next thing is like, okay, I can't do this. And as an older person, in a person that was raised in the 70s, we have a different mindset that these young ones don't have. They have a first of all, they don't care. They don't care. And they have a, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. I can do it. They have a whole different mindset. But people, I say people in their late 40s to 50s and 60s, we have to have an out of body experience and talk ourselves into doing things. And I constantly have to talk myself. And I believe this because of how I was raised. We weren't raised the way we as parents are raising our children. We pour into our
Mhm.
children. We
Mhm.
pour. I didn't get
Mhm.
that. So I have to pour into myself. And I even want others to pour into me because I can't I can't feel like I can't do it. And my children sometimes don't get it because they got it. And it was so natural.
Yeah,
They got
I
it from
get
me.
it.
They got it
I
from me.
get it.
I didn't
I
get
get
that.
it. I get it.
But sometimes I need that. And they don't understand it. Like, girl, stop whining. But, and they literally tell me, stop whining. That's how they talk to me. Girl, you stop, you're tripping. And they don't understand. Sometimes I need that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't, that,
Absolutely.
yeah, I need that. In our generation, we need that reassurance.
Mhm.
Because we were just told do it. We
Right.
were told you can
That's it.
do it. We weren't
Mhm.
cheered up. So as an older person, we have to be cheered up to actually go through that tunnel. But
Mhm.
I say at least make the first attempt and then have a huge support system that's going to push you through that tunnel. Because it's not hard, it's not as easy as it appears because like I said, even me just receiving my master's just months ago, I still have to push myself. I still have to
Mhm.
cheer myself on. So I'm not going to tell anybody it's easy. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not. And you have to be organized. And you just have to. And one thing about it, I think you have to love yourself to the fullest and know
Mhm.
that you deserve everything. And at this point in my life, I feel like I deserve everything. Everything
That's
in my heart and
great.
desire. Everything. And I'm going to get everything that I want. And
Done. If you had a mic, I tell you to drop it right now.
drop the mic.
Drop
I
the
deserve
mic.
everything
That's
because
great.
not only am I doing the work of like going to school, I'm doing the mental work, of working on my mental state. Um,
Mhm. Ooh.
I
Ooh.
get that therapy. That therapy, it helps.
Oh, no, Stephanie, I gotta
We got
stop
to
you. I gotta
stop.
stop you right now. I gotta stop you right now. I have to because, whoo, see, Stephanie and I can get into a real
I know,
talk.
right, right. Listen,
But here's,
it is crazy because when I first started off, I'm kind of shaky, but once I start talking,
oh, what's, oh, I know.
it comes
No,
out.
I know. Listen, I'm gonna have to stop her right there. That's the reason why. There's a reason why. And I guess I can let you guys know. So not all of our launch issue contributing authors will also be featured in November and future articles as well. Excuse me, future issues as well.
Mhm.
But Stephanie is one of them. So I have to stop her right there because we have some more to share in
Yeah.
November and
Uh,
possibly some more in December. Wink, wink.
yeah.
So
I have so many chapters, girl. I'm gonna write that book one day.
I
Write
know
that-
you are. We're gonna still talk. We're gonna talk about that book afterwards.
Yes, I'm gonna write it
Guys,
one day.
listen, if you want more of this beautiful woman, Muscle Mom LLC, read more. Read more about her. You can find her article in our October launch issue. Go to flexzonelife.com. You'll see the huge magazine graphic. If you accidentally X out of it, don't panic. You'll have another opportunity further on that website. So you can enter it right there. Again, if you don't enter in the beginning, once you head on the website, you'll have a second chance to do so. And find out more about Muscle Mom LLC. Stephanie, it has been a pleasure. Oh, I can't wrap this up without doing a little bit of bragging on you. So before we started, Stephanie updated me on her current GPA. And
Oh,
what is it, Stephanie?
oh yes, so far 3.8. Booyah.
Mm, okay. Okay. All right,
Listen, when
guys.
I tell you, it's
Listen.
crazy because I know we're about to get off, but when I started did
Mhm.
my master's, I told myself, because I was scared to do that. I hadn't been in school in 30 years, and I'm like, I want a 4.0. I want a 4.0. And yes, because the thing about it, when my children were in school, they couldn't get C's. They would get stuff taken, and I felt so bad. I'm like, oh my God. So I know I have to step the game up. So that was
That's
the
right.
mindset. I'm like, I was so hard on my children. I was so hard on them, but I knew I had to be. So I was so hard on myself. And so I finished my master with a 4.0. I'm going for that for my doctorate degree, but
No
I'm
but, no
you
but. It's done. It's done.
know,
It's done.
it's they give A minuses out. I don't know what's an A minus. I want an A minus. But
What is an
yes,
A minus? Take this back.
yes, but you know what? When you set your mind for something, and it can be attained. Because I graduated high school with probably about a 2.0 something, college 2.5. So to see myself in my 50s
Hmm.
elevate, jump from a 2.0 to in the 4.0 status, that is
On. Come
that is
on.
amazing. Because so that just let you know you don't know the potential if you didn't get that push when you were younger. That push, that parenting matters. I don't care what nobody say. Parenting, that's a whole nother clip.
I was about to say, stop it. Stop, stop. Don't stop. You give Stephanie because you know we're gonna talk about parenting.
That's a whole nother whole nother
I
topic.
have to stop. Listen, guys, if you want more, I'm about to mute her. If you want more, go to flexzonelife.com.
I know, right?
Read all about it and continue to read our issues because listen, I'm not letting Stephanie go. She's stuck with
Girl,
stuck.
I got
She's stuck.
layers over layers over layers. I'm telling you, something gonna spew out. And people like, "Oop,
I know. We're stopping. Thank you guys.
thank
Thank
you,
you for
thank
joining us
you."
today. Thank you for being our viewers, soon to be our readers. Again, with Flex on Life, wellness is rewritten. You could do any and everything that you want to
Absolutely.
do. All right. Thanks
Oh,
again,
at
guys.
58, my birthday is Monday. At 58 years old.
Yes. My goodness, I almost happy birthday. Happy
Thank
early
you.
birthday to you,
Thank
Stephanie.
you.
And oh, please forgive me, guys. For anyone who wants to continue to follow you, stay in touch outside of Flexzone Life magazine, they know that they can read a wonderful article from you every month. How else can they stay connected to you?
Oh, I have a fan page called Muscle Mom Lifestyle on Facebook, and on
All right.
IG it's Muscle Mom Lifestyle, and my name is Stephanie McSwine. So I have plenty of platforms. You know, just Google
Beautiful.
Muscle Mom LLC, you'll find me.
You'll find it. Find it. Just look for it. Find it. All right. Thank you, everyone. And thank you so much, Stephanie. Stay right
Thank
there.
you for having me.